Good afternoon, ladies. The Cougars.
Good afternoon and welcome to this presentation of Concordia University Chicago Cougars Athletics. Finally, the season opener for the women's basketball team in 2021 rather than 2020. Through a difficult season so far for a lot of teams around the country, but we've gotten there as the Cougars get set to take on the Panthers from Greenville University. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. I'm Alex Campbell alongside Carter Gledhill. And Carter, this Cougars team, only their second game of the season, here back at Concordia for their home opener. What are you most looking for as they come out in the early stages of this game? Still, kind of getting their legs under them in this season.
Yeah, the last game against Hope College was one where they play the number 1 team in the nation. So obviously when you play them, you're going to face a lot of challenges, which this young Cougars team did. In their home openers since 14-15, the Cougars are 5-1. So I look for a young Cougars team that's going to come out with a lot of excitement because, again, they're playing in Geisman Gymnasium the first time they've done this in over a year, and some of these freshmen haven't even gotten a chance to play on their home turf.
Absolutely. So a lot of new territory here this afternoon as we get ready for the opening tip between Janie Terrens and Madeline Steffen. And it's underway. Greenville in possession to start things off. This is number 10, Lauren Eagleson, running the point. Man-to-man defense early here by the Cougars. Checking back out for Steffen.
One thing for the Cougars to work on especially is limiting the points in the paint. Last time, the Flying Dutch of Hope scored over 40 points in the paint.
Steffen under the basket off the glass, could not get the roll. The rebound pulled down by Janie Terrens. A quick look at the starting lineups first for the Cougars. Number 2, Tara Hastings. Number 5, Emily Balaban. Number 11, Marie Baumgartner. Number 12, Chloe Schafsma, as that's a turnover by the Cougars. And number 25, Janie Terrens. On the other side, for Greenville, number 0, Amanda Brooks. Number 10, Lauren Eagleson. Number 11, Emily Reinick. Number 22, Ashley Anderson, and number 23, Madeline Steffen.
You're going to see the Cougars switch in between a lot of man-to-man and zone defense just because they lack a lot of size. So you're going to see a lot of freshmen, too. Kate Johnson, who's on the bench, she's going to come into the game. The 6-foot forward out of Nebraska is going to prove to be important for the boards for the Cougars.
Emily Balaban with the rebound on that last possession. So far, though, the Panthers looking to go to the low block. 0 for 2 there, driving the lane off the glass, and good for the first home points of the season. Chloe Schafsma for 2.
Schafsma appeared in 10 games last season, averaging 2.5 minutes, so it's good to see a sophomore get her feet under herself and getting the experience under Coach Martin and the first points on the board.
Brooks, left wing here. Back top of the key, Ashley Anderson. Lot of room, Eagleson for 3. Off the mark, and rebound, Schafsma. Hastings running the point, looking down low, spinning on the block. Terrence kicking it out for 3. No good. That was Emily Balaban. Fight for the ball. And it's last off the Cougars. Greenville will take possession.
One thing I'm already seeing from the Cougars so far is a lot of energy. Last time they kind of got slapped in the mouth when they were playing Hope. Today it seems like they're taking it to the Panthers, and they're really just putting up shots and confidence, and they're also playing with a lot more energy on defense.
Got to put that first game of the season in the rear view, Carter. As you mentioned, a 97-30 drubbing at the hands of the number 1 team in all of Division III women's basketball. A tough way to start the season, but I'm sure a learning experience. This is a 3 that's off the mark again from Reinick. Cougars with the rebound. Balaban getting toward the post, spinning. Good defense there by Steffen, goes straight up, and the ball falls into the hands of Reinick, and the referee pointed to the baseline where Reinick had stepped out of bounds, but maybe got overruled. I'm not sure what happened there. Either way, it is Panthers ball. Steffen. Eagleson looking down low. Anderson working the block again. Anderson spinning right hand, gets it to go. And third time's the charm as the Panthers continue to go to the low block. It looked like Janie Terrens was trying to draw a foul, as we've got a first foul of the game, and it's going to be called on Amanda Brooks for reaching in there on Hastings.
Yeah, Anderson just overpowered Terrens in the post, and that's just a junior on freshman matchup. You might see that a couple more times if the Panthers are able to exploit the youth of the Cougars team.
Anderson, a junior out of Kirkwood, Missouri, 5'10", played 26 games last season, but started just 7. Balaban trying to get by Steffen, nowhere to go, by Anderson, who knocks it away but is called for the foul, and we're going to see our first free throws of the game as Balaban will go to the line.
One thing you saw there from Coach Martin and the Cougars, they actually ran a set play on offense. The first couple times when they were going down the court, they were just trying to push tempo, and you can actually see they were able to open up some gaps, and especially for Balaban, get to the middle of the paint when they actually ran a play.
First free throw, no good. Emily Balaban, a freshman guard from Manitowoc, Wisconsin. Also lettered in volleyball and track in high school. Second free throw is good, though. Low scoring so far, 7:30 to go here in the first quarter. Steffen to the wing. Eagleson down low. Here's Anderson again, kicking to Eagleson. She'll try the 3. Comes up just short. She's trying that from men's almost NBA range there. Back down low. Steffen this time working the post. Getting inside, can't quite get the roll. And Marie Baumgartner called for the foul. But again, Carter, we're seeing a very deliberate strategy on offense from the Panthers. get the ball onto the low block and go to work.
And the other thing is, too, they're passing the ball really quickly also, too. So when you get those entrant pass inside the post, Baumgartner wasn't able to get over and help, and that's why you see the foul was called.
Stefan makes the first. She's an excellent free throw shooter. Shot over 80% last year. As we have our first 3 subs of the game. Allie Cantrell, Abigail Reinick, and Nyla Ray all making their first appearances of the afternoon for Greenville. Ray, the tallest player on the floor now at 6 foot. We've already seen Greenville trying to use a size advantage on the low post.
And you can see right now Coach Martin signaling to her freshman for center, Kate Johnson, to come in, the 6'1" center from Lincoln, Nebraska, to make sure she can match up on Ray. Coach Martin understands the importance of the paint in this game.
So that is a response sub, and Greenville coming out in a full court press here within the first 3 minutes of this one.
And this is something that the Cougars didn't see against Hope, but as you see there, they were almost able to break it.
First shot of the game there for Katie Sala, who I didn't have on my roster today, but so that's my mistake on this end. But the rebound there by Ray, first in that matchup, and that's off the glass and good from Stefan. So we've got to confirm if that's Kelly Sala or Katie Johnson, number 40. Sala's rostered as 40, but was listed as out for today's game, so we will check on that as soon as we can. Hastings driving the baseline off the glass, could not get the roll.
And that's what you want to see out of your guard right there. She had the lane, just got to finish on those matchups.
Stefan down the lane, around the defender, tried the finger roll off the glass. Rebound thrown just away by Concordia, and the Cougars are trying to take a timeout. And finally, they will get it. So 6:16 to go here in the first quarter. Greenville leads 6-3.
30-second timeout taken by Concordia, Chicago.
Okay, so sorry for some technical difficulties we're having here in the opening few minutes. First game of the season for everybody. And we're going to see a substitution here. That's number 15, Macy Klein, coming in from the Cougars. And a clarification, number 40 is Katie Johnson. So we've got a switch from the rostered uniform number. That is my mistake. We've got another foul. And while the pressure coming from Greenville might be effective defensively, it's already given away a couple of really needless fouls. Concordia will be happy to try to win the battle today at the free throw line if it comes to that. Hastings finding Klein, and still just relentless pressure. Corner three, big arcing shot is too long, but a rebound offensively by Schaafsma, and then fouled on her way up. No, jump ball, the referee will say. Katie Johnson went straight up, but Concordia will maintain possession, having lost to the opening tip.
I think the one thing you're already seeing from the Cougars that's a lot better than last game is they're dribbling with their heads up and they're looking for the outlet passes in the corner. The reason why they struggled so much last time with 46 turnovers is because they weren't able to see up and find the other man. That
was Hastings off the mark. Rebound by Cantrell. Allie Cantrell leading the break for the Panthers down the lane. Layup hits the front of the rim. Rebound by Janie Terrens. Hastings cross-court pass. Airmails Klein. Right idea, though, from the Concordia guard. Hastings, one of several players from the Chicago suburbs on this team. Sophomore out of New Lenox. Went to the Lincoln Way West. This is Rodriguez for the Panthers. Back top of the key there for Morris. Cantrell. Reineck. And we've got a 3-second violation that's going to be called against May. Turnover to the Cougars.
Cougars are doing a good job of getting off of the help line in the middle, especially when the ball is reversed. And that's something that they struggled with speed against Hope, but they've made the adjustment, and that's why you're seeing them doing a lot better on defense.
Kayla Jackson is in the game for the first time as the Cougars turn the ball over yet again. And you mentioned, Carter, that turnovers were an issue in their opening game against Hope. That's to be expected against such a talented team, but not a great sign early in this one to see those turnover issues continue.
No, and the turnovers will work themselves out, especially when you have a young team. And I think the one thing you're starting to see the Cougars run more today is they're running a set offense, whereas against Hope, they were just picking up the ball way too early at the top of the paint and at the top of the key, and they weren't able to actually get any good passes or shots up because of the pressure.
That's going to be last off the Panthers. You can see so far Coach Lauren Martin getting a lot of her players involved in this game. Again, just their second game of the season. So Coach Martin probably not quite sure exactly what she has yet this year. What combination of players is going to be the most effective? Hastings almost getting caught in the backcourt there. Balaban getting it across the halfway mark. Catching and shooting for three was Klein. Too strong. Both teams struggling to find the target so far from beyond the arc. Into the lane goes Morris. Can't quite get the runner. May grabs the rebound. Second attempt, no. Third attempt, also no. 2 offensive rebounds, but no points on that trip for the Panthers. Charging the other way comes Macy Klein. Fakes down the lane off the glass. That would have been a brilliant run, but no finish to match. May over for Rodriguez. Rodriguez will pull up for three and hit it. First downtown make of the game for either team, and the Panthers lead by 6. Klein running straight into a defender, and they're going to call a travel.
And that's the one thing you don't want to see from Cougars in these situations is they're starting to dribble before they can look up at the court, because that's exactly what the Panthers want. They want you to dribble to a corner on their full court press, and they're going to set up the trap, and they're going to try to pressure you into a turnover.
Panthers almost with a full line change here, making 3 subs, looked like 4 for a moment. Eagleson looking back door. Brooks had made a good cut, but it's a double dribble in the end as she saw the opportunity and just could not quite put it together. Full court pressure continuing from the Panthers. Hastings finding a wide open teammate. This is Terrence driving the lane. We've got to travel. And the turnovers all of a sudden really just piling up here for the Cougars, who really just need one good possession to kind of reset.
Really what they need to do is just settle down a little bit, because a lot of the times I feel they just get the ball over half court and they're trying to pull up and get a 3. Understand the 3 ball is very important in the game, and it can turn the tides and momentum of a game. But right now what you need is just to get a basket. You're on a scoring drought. You're doing a great job on defense, but get the ball into the paint and use that advantage.
Absolutely. Eagleson looking back door. Anderson barely keeping that in play. Nice bounce pass. Rodriguez wide open, short 2. Takes a few ricochets around the rim, but eventually falls. Hastings, one-arm long pass, and able to keep it in play, but unable to find a teammate is Terrence. But then Hastings, almost like a football safety, picks off the pass and comes running the other way off the glass, and good. Heads-up awareness by Tara Hastings. Lays it off the glass for 2.
The all-conference honorable mention, sophomore guard Hastings. They're going to need her today, especially led the team in scoring with 15 points. With 13 points a game, I should say, last year. And she's going to be the commander of this offense. With a lot of the starters you see haven't really played a lot last year either.
Now, turnover there from the Panthers, and this is going to be inbounded underneath the basket. And it will be Hastings doing the honors as a sub is coming. Madeline Steffen is back in the game. She'll replace Peyton Morris. A note, the Cougars are working with just a 4-player bench today. The Panthers just 6. Balaban. Hastings. That's knocked away. First time we've really been able to see the Cougars set up a half-court offense in what feels like the entire game so far.
Especially with the young team, you can't have that freestyle movement unless there's that chemistry that's developed when you have a lot of your upperclassmen. So running these set plays is a great way to get your flow back, especially when you're struggling on offense. This isn't a far-out game. You're only down 6 points. One basket changes the tides.
Baumgartner off the glass. Acrobatic. Through the contact and lays it in. Cougars building just a little bit of confidence here with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Eagleson, Rodriguez. Back for Eagleson. Steffen now. Again, they're looking to go to the post. Anderson off the glass and gets the roll. Ashley Anderson making that move work so far today, but quickly the other way come the Cougars. Terrans off the glass and good end-to-end right now as the Cougars keeping pace.
Cougars starting to pick up some momentum here on offense as they're starting to play a little bit faster, and I think they've kind of settled down a little bit more. Understand they don't have to force it as much and take your chances on the fast break when it's given to you by the Panthers.
Eagleson, here's Anderson in the post yet again. Right-handed off the glass, too strong this time. Loose ball, well done by Rodriguez to keep it in play. Eagleson loses the dribble, picked up by Steffen. Out, popping for three. Brooks, air ball, and it will go over to the Cougars.
That's a great possession there by the Cougars. Everybody was flying around, and you can already start seeing a little bit of the scheme that's put in play by head coach Roy Mulholland, and that scheme is just attack Terrans in the paint, as we've seen every time there's an entry pass in, and centers and forwards are going to try to work around her and the inexperience.
Greenville just made 4 more subs. CUC making 1. That's Mackenzie Strawlin into the game for the first time today. Panthers forcing the turnover this time. Cantrell into the post. Steffen right-handed. There was contact and a foul. They're going to call it on Marie Baumgartner, her second. Steffen heads back to the line again. An excellent free throw shooter. 2 of 2 today. 81% last season. Doesn't get the roll this time, though. Does convert the second one, though. 5-point lead. Just over 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Hastings has her pass deflected. Well done there by Steffen to try to maintain possession. Hastings to the corner. Open for 3. Shafsma off the mark. And they're going to count the basket. Well, sorry, no, they're not going to count the basket. That's my mistake. That's a foul on the floor. Misunderstood the signal there. I was going to say that would have been a controversial decision. My mistake. Hastings resetting. 15 on the shot clock. I want to say this is the lowest the Cougars have won the shot clock down yet today. Under 10 to shoot. Baumgartner. Hastings pulling up for 3. No good. Rebound brought down by Nayla Ray. Minute 30 to go here in the first quarter. Both teams comfortable with maybe settling things down a bit here as that is rejected by Mackenzie Strawlin.
Good recovery there by Strawlin in the midline, able to just sneak in at the last moment and put up a block.
Baumgartner rejected there by Steffen, but Balaban gets it back. 20 on the shot clock. Shops him up back to Hastings.
Cougars slowing down now, trying to get a good shot up.
And that was a good look there for Baumgartner, but nowhere close to the mark, unfortunately, for 11 in white. Reinick finding her sister. Now up top for Cantrell. Emily Reinick. Cantrell down low. Steffen working on the block again, and it's going to be number 3 on Marie Baumgartner, still here in the first quarter.
And you see the Greenville bench was adamant about getting the ball into Steffen on there because she had Hastings on the backside. So the 5'3" guard is really not going to have a good matchup there, and Baumgartner had to come over and try to save the basket. But 3 fouls is not something you want to see in the first quarter from her.
And at 5'8", Baumgartner not going to be a great matchup there down in the post. As we might expect, Janie Terrans checks back in, and with only having 4 players on the bench, if Baumgartner was to say, foul out by halftime, that would be an enormous strain on the CUC team.
This is when Coach Martin has got to be a little bit strategizing because, again, every team is experiencing these kind of shortages on their bench because of the COVID protocols. So it becomes even that much more important you're smart on the court and understand you can't always foul for your team. Sometimes you just got to let them score if that's the last case scenario.
Terrans telegraphed that pass and turns it over, but stepping out of bounds going the other way was Abby Reinick. We're having a few issues with our live stats, but I can imagine the turnover numbers are going to be fairly startling by the time we get to halftime in terms of average pace compared to last season.
It's kind of the same thing that we saw in the Hope game. They're shooting themselves in the foot, and they're not allowing themselves to have the opportunity on offense to set up the plays when they want to, and they're taking possessions away.
Hastings no good, made the rebound, going to the other end, Reinick. A lot of contact there with Balaban, no good on the second try either. Morris off the glass, third time and good. And those are the points you just can't give up as Lauren Martin calls a timeout, full timeout. 17 seconds to go here. Coach didn't even want to wait to the end of the quarter. 18-9, the Panthers lead. Yep. 17 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Alex Campbell and Carter Gledhill with you here from Concordia University Chicago for the opener of the Cougars women's basketball season. So far, a turnover-filled affair both ways between the Cougars and the Greenville Panthers. So for a coach to take a timeout like that, only 17 seconds to go in the quarter, you're so close to a break anyway. What do you think the conversation is like in that situation?
Well, I don't know what's going on here, but it looks like a little football pass play.
Ooh, and players colliding going to the ground. Hastings in the role of Patrick Mahomes there. Double handoff pass going deep.
Like they were trying to take a play out of one of the NFL playbooks. But back to your point, Alex, I think that was one of those points where it was a 3-time shots were going up on the Greenville on that last possession, and you can't allow that to happen. You only had one jersey around, and that was Chloe Shasma. Where's the help on her in the boards, and why aren't we getting those rebounds? And we have to box someone out. So, again, it's a learning point. I think that was a learning timeout for Coach Martin.
15 seconds to go here in the half. They're trying to figure out the clock. The shot clock's got to be off there, that is. And a sub's now going to be coming in. Change of plans here. Katie Johnson and Janie Terrens. Excuse me, no, that is Macy Klein checking in.
So Coach Martin putting in right now, trying to go for the last possession. A lot of height in Kate, and then as well you're going to put in a three-point shooter with Macy Klein.
Hastings running the point as usual. Watched here by Morris. Hastings around one defender. That's a foul. Morris will pick up her first. Nowhere near a bonus situation, though, right now. We would need two more fouls at least in 11.3 seconds to get there. And now we've got a discussion at the bench. Balaban to inbound for the Cougars. Macy Klein, under 10. Klein looking down low. That's telegraphed, though, and intercepted. And a foul as Klein does the smart thing to break up play going the other way. That is Klein's first foul.
It was the right idea from Klein trying to get the pass into Johnson, but instead of she threw it on the front side and tried to get it over the back of Ray. Just good front positioning by Ray on that to get the turnover. Naylor
Ray has been absolutely everywhere on both the offensive and defensive boards in this first quarter. One final heave. Reineck for three. It'll come up short. At the end of the first quarter, the Cougars have some work to do. It's CUC 9, Greenville 18. All right, welcome back. Second quarter about to get underway, 18-9. The Panthers lead the Cougars here in today's home opener. Kayla Jackson back into the game for the Cougars. She was in there briefly. The biggest storyline so far, really for the Cougars, is only 9 players today, but Marie Baumgartner, one of the starters, already with 3 fouls. Something to watch. Ashley Anderson kicking. Reineck, Eagleson, whistle. We've got a carry. And that's been another theme of the game, Carter. Just turnovers, and more turnovers by both teams. Got cleaner as the first quarter went on, but something to watch to see if they can keep it up is almost another one there by the Cougars.
Well, the one thing we're seeing from Greenville is they're able to capitalize on the turnover opportunities they've been getting from Concordia, Chicago. On the other hand, though, the Cougars have been really struggling in getting the set ball. It seems like when they get a turnover, they give it right back to the Panthers. Hastings cornered here.
Heads up, though, and able to find Shasma. Shasma has her pass knocked away into the scorer's table. It goes, knocks over a partition and a water bottle. Everybody looks okay, though.
Glass right there at the scorer's table for COVID reasons.
Terrans to inbound here. Hastings handing back to Terrans. Terrans all the way around the runner. No good. Nice setup, but could not quite get the roll. Rebound by Amanda Brooks. Quickly the other way come the Panthers. Anderson down the lane. Contact. Blocking foul. We're going to see 2 shots. And again, that has been plan A, Carter, all day so far for the Panthers. Just to give it to Ashley Anderson in the paint. And that's been a winning strategy more often than not.
Well, on that one, too, was a fast break opportunity, and Jackson was actually in the right position, but she was called for the block for the reason she stuck her leg out just outside. And, again, the Cougars just have to get back on fast breaks a little bit more and, again, protect the paint.
Anderson hits the first free throw. Decent free throw shooter, 72% last season. During that break, Tara Hastings going over to the bench, having a conversation with assistant coach Anthony Johnson. There is room behind this Panthers press if the Cougars can get there, but it just seems like once they've broken the press, they aren't able to put it together anything after that. Here's Steffen, long 2 is good along the baseline. Nice jump shot from Madeline Steffen. Again, here's an opportunity where the press is broken. Let's see if the Cougars can do anything with it. Hastings just looking to slow things down. She knows her teammates are getting a little ahead of themselves.
That's exactly what I was about to say, Alex. Slowing down and just setting up the offense is what Coach Martin wants, and that's a veteran sophomore from Tara Hastings.
Hastings, corner, 10 to shoot. She'll try a 3, and it's good! Tara Hastings with what could be a spark for the Cougars from downtown.
She shot 35% from behind the arc last year, and it's good to see her find that stroke because once she can get the 3-point shot back in her game, she becomes that much more dangerous instead of just trying to drive and shoot 15-footers.
Emily Reineck with the travel, and now the turnover bug has found its way over to the Panther side of things. And we've got a substitute running down from the bleachers where the subs are all spread out. Macy Klein coming in, and she will give a break to Tara Hastings. Although I can't imagine it'll be too long a break. All the good things that have happened offensively so far for the Cougars today, Hastings has been at the center of it. Balaban. Klein gets the screen from Terrans. Looks to go pick and roll. Terrans unable to collect it, and it is last off of her. And it'll be a turnover to Greenville. Greenville University, for those unfamiliar, down in southwest Illinois, about 40 minutes, I would say, east-northeast of St. Louis, Missouri. Reineck, 3 from the wing, coming up short. Rebound fought for, falling into the hands of Balaban, but off the ball, we have a foul. It's going to be called on number 0, Amanda Brooks. That's her second. And already, here comes Hastings again. She will replace Kayla Jackson. Inbound here to Terrans. Nice handoff for Hastings. Hastings will go all the way to the basket here off the glass, and good. That is the best we've seen of the press break attempt so far. Tara Hastings end-to-end with the lay-in.
And that's just a good read there by Terrans, just handing it off to Hastings. Again, quick bang, bang on the press break. If they can keep doing that, they're going to have no problem with breaking this Panthers press.
Balaban with good defense in the rebound. Other end, here come the Cougars again, and an offensive foul called on Chloe Schaafsma. That's her first. Referee took a second to think about it, and Coach Lauren Martin not happy with that. As checking back in is Abby Reinick. She will replace Amanda Brooks. Reminder, with the split up into quarters, we will hit the bonus at 5 team fouls. Wide open in the lane, Stefan, that's an easy layup as she just got in behind Balaban there, who didn't see the cut.
Yeah, Balaban's got to be in the middle of the paint, and she's got to be also on the backside and not allow the Panthers to get that easy look.
Balaban, long three in and out. Charging the other way comes Eagleson. Reinick, bounce pass to her sister off the glass. Not quite the sibling connection there. Eagleson, the rebound, gets the roll. And again, second and third chance opportunities, a big part of this lead for the Panthers.
Well, a 5'5" guard just got the offensive board there for the Panthers, and she just did another steal right there.
Hastings got a block on Eagleson, but 3-on-1, that's going to be a lay-in for Emily Reinick. And that's the sort of thing you can't have happen if you're the Cougars. These high inbounds passes are nothing but trouble. We've got a foul off the ball. It's going to be called on Terrence. That's her first. And the Cougars have to have a better strategy, Carter, than just throwing it up for grabs in the middle of the floor.
Well, we just saw 3 turnovers within the middle of the paint. And part of that reason, too, is because there was nobody there to try to get the rebound. And even when they did, it was lofty passes. You got to chest that thing, throw it hard, and get it in there. You can't just lob the ball over into the middle of the court and not expect someone not to try to intercept it.
Inbound to Johnson this time, but then airmails Klein. It's those second and third passes rather than the inbounds themselves that have been the biggest problem. Stefan. Cantrell, Reinick to Reinick. Abby back for Emily. All the way across. Stefan. May now on the post. Top of the key. Cantrell outside. Abby Reinick driving the lane. Pull up from the free throw line. Couldn't get it to go. May fighting for the rebound. Well done there by Schaafsma to corral it.
And a scrappy rebound there from Schaafsma. She's been really working the paint as sometimes the lone rebounder for the Cougars. They're going to keep needing her to keep doing that stuff.
Balaban corner 3, no good. May initially knocking the rebound away, and it's picked up by Allie Cantrell. Under 6 minutes to go here in the first half. It's a 14-point lead for Greenville. May working as a centerpiece here on offense. Handoff and again. Stefan. Cantrell. Abby Reinick is open for 3, and it's good. Nothing but the bottom of the net from number 14. And the lead continues to grow as a timeout is called by Lauren Martin. 31-14. Greenville leads. 5:37 to go in the second quarter. Welcome back. 5.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Alex Campbell, Carter Gledhill with you at Concordia University Chicago. And Carter, we're seeing a team who's played one game against a team that's played 2. But man, so far, do Greenville look like they've got more games under their belt? What did you see on that last possession that kind of, was a perfect example of that?
Well, I think the Panthers took that one out of the Harlem Globetrotters book. They were just running a bunch of dribbles and weaves up there, and they were waiting for one of the Cougar defenders to get caught up in one of those screens, and it just so happened to be Klein. And when you get that opportunity on the point mark out there to shoot the 3, open look, cash the 3, easy offense.
Rodriguez, nice fake out to the basket, couldn't get the layup to go. Here comes Hastings, if she can get hold of the ball. Foul is called despite the fact that I'm not sure Tara really ever had possession. It's against number 12, Allie Cantrell. That's her first.
And I think the thing you can see right now in the Cougars is they're all really tired. This game has been a lot on them, running up and down the court. All the conditioning can go on to this in practice or whatever, but when it comes down time the game, the second game of the season, you're still trying to get your rhythm back into it. And, again, the Cougars are a little bit slower compared to the Panthers right now. And also, you mentioned earlier, it's because the Panthers have a little bit more depth on their bench.
That's Peyton Morris being called for the foul there. You don't want to see inbound passes almost intercepted, but if they keep generating fouls, like I said, if the Cougars could get to the free throw line, which one more foul in this quarter and they'll get there, that could offer some new opportunities as that's another pass thrown away. But I think the Panthers touched that last, and they did. So it will be an inbound for the Cougars under the Greenville basket with 28 still on the shot clock. I guess get your way down the court any way you can.
And that was the right idea by Johnson there in the post, but she was just a half second late on that pass, and that's why it was tipped away out of bounds. All these passes, really, from my eyes in the Cougars, are just a half a second too late or just a little bit too soft. A little bit more emphasis on your passes and know exactly what you're going to do with the ball when you get it, and I think they could solve a lot of the problems on the offensive side.
That was Cantrell knocking away that last attempt. Inbound now to Hastings. Greenville know that they got to keep one, if not two defenders right in her pocket the whole time. Hastings again. Greenville in a 2-3 zone now. This is Balaban turning in the lane. Too strong off the glass. Rebound by Rodriguez. Back the other way come the Panthers under 5 minutes to go in the first half in a quarter that's moving much faster than the first did. Rodriguez, space. Cantrell. Wanted to go inside. Goes down low for May. Nice pass. Rodriguez in the lane. Outside Abby Reinick. Two-pointer, no good. May fighting for the rebound underneath and able to secure it there. Well done by Mackenzie Strawlin. Quickly the other way. Here comes Klein cutting into the lane. Fakes off the glass. Doesn't quite get the roll. Johnson comes charging in, and it's going to be off the Panthers last. But better there in transition from the Cougars.
And better job on defense there, too. They're not being so aggressive on all the passes. They're playing a little bit softer off. And, again, that's why you can see a little bit of those the shots in the paint go a little bit off. And I think they just got to stick with that mentality a little bit, too, if they're going to be a little bit outmanned in the height game.
Hastings, long three, no good. Walrus, rebound there by Klein, and the foul by number 14, Abby Reinick, her first, will send the Cougars to the free throw line.
And you see there, that's Klein just being aware. Shot goes up, what you do, you crash the boards, and nobody was around her, and that's why Reinick got the foul, is because you got to stop the basket. But Klein, good instincts, seeing a shot go up, go to the rim, and try to get the offensive board.
That is the fifth foul of the quarter by the Panthers, although this was a shooting foul. The next time we see any fouls in this quarter by Greenville, it will result in free throws. First one is up and no good from Macy Klein, who in her 18 games played last year did not shoot a free throw. So for the sophomore, these are her first free throws as a Cougar. 1 of 2. $16-point lead. The 17-point mark before that last free throw was the largest it's been. Morris, baseline jumper, no good. Rodriguez, though, will chase down the offensive rebound. Inside, Anderson, outside. Rodriguez, corner three, comes up short. Almost gets her own rebound, though, as it falls into the hands of Strawlin. Knocked away by Anderson. Cougars will maintain possession. Under 4 minutes to go in the first half.
And let's take a moment, recognize Mackenzie Strawlin. She's really got one rebound in the game against Hope, but she's just the one that's been cleaning up all the scraps in the paint for the Cougars right now. Not getting a lot of movement on the offensive side, but she's doing what she needs to do to keep the team in it on the defense.
Absolutely. Johnson kicking it out. Hastings thought about the three. Hastings crossing over into the lane. Layup. How does that not roll in? But we've got a foul underneath, and it's going to be against the Cougars and Katie Johnson, her first.
And you can see how dangerous Hastings is when she has the point, just a jab step and crossover into the paint. And again, it's just one of those things where you can say it's just how it is on the offensive side. Everything's not falling for the Cougars, but the shots are going up. They're taking better shot selection, and hopefully it starts falling for them a little bit sooner in this game.
Hastings taking that one away, and then it's just bodied off the ball by Maria Rodriguez. Hastings a little slow to get up here. Rodriguez will pick up the foul. That is her second.
I think Hastings caught an elbow to the jaw on that one from Rodriguez.
Well, got to shake it off. She will shoot. Free throws. We are in the bonus, or I should say Greenville is in the bonus.
This is where the Cougars really need to make up some ground, is at the free throw line. It was a struggle for them a little bit last year. They only shot about 61%. But again, if they can get back into this game right now while they have the opportunity at the free throw line, this might correct some of the offensive struggles that they've been having.
Hastings makes the first. She was a 77% free throw shooter last season. And if the Cougars could manage to get this down to single digits by halftime, that could be huge as Hastings makes them both.
Hastings hits both free throws. Panthers 31, Cougars 17. 3:20 remaining in the half.
Rodriguez, Eagleson. Again, they're looking to get it into Anderson. Here she's at the elbow, takes one dribble, steps inside, doesn't get the roll, but does get her own rebound. Rodriguez, baseline, right back inside. Anderson not on the same page with Morris as that ball is thrown away. Turnover to the Cougars.
Anderson, one thing, nobody was around her. That was an easy entrance pass for the Panthers where you had 5 Cougar defenders basically everywhere except the paint. But she's really been kind of the focus of attack again for this Panthers as they go to call a 30-second timeout.
30-second timeout, so we'll stay right here actually. Carter, so this first half, we've seen the lead now cut down to 14. 3 minutes to go. Right now in this huddle, if you're Coach Lauren Martin, are you happy with what you've seen so far in this second quarter?
There's a lot better improvement on the offensive side. Does it suck that you don't have Baumgartner in there a little bit more as a veteran, as a senior to help up the offensive flow? Yes, but I think they're managing well, and part of the reason why is that the Panthers are in a little bit of a trouble right here with the bonus. If they can keep attacking the paint right now, if you're the Cougars, you're going to get a couple more chances to go up to the free throw line and get some points back. But again, I think I like where I am if I'm Coach Martin with the Cougars. Just a couple more improvements and get those shots to fall.
A better scoring quarter to this point for both teams, 31-17, the lead for Greenville. And a little less pressure here on the inbounds. Hastings able to take a dribble before she's confronted. Over. And it's short, by Balaban. And the other way comes Eagleson. Well worked, though, there for an open shot. Concordia, though, I've noticed, Carter, are taking longer threes than they need to. Almost all their attempts are coming from behind that dark black line, which is the men's line, rather than the gray line. Anderson wide open on the block. Cougars are lucky she didn't lay that in for 2. Rebound by Johnson.
Yeah, Terrence, again, we kind of seen the same story from her. She's just getting front-sided by all of the Panthers. She needs to get on the other side, backside. She needs her back to the basket if she wants to stop those entrance passes. But again, to your point, maybe not taking so many threes as deep as we should say, because I don't see Steph Curry out there right now.
No. Hastings too strong off the glass. She's trying to do it all herself right now, and that's just not quite working. Steffen, late bounce pass, extra pass. Eagleson traveled. 1, 2, maybe 3 too many passes there by the Panthers, who just needed to get a shot up when they had 4 on 2.
Well, they had it right there. 1 extra pass at the end, and it allows Terrence to get to the block and the backside to stop it, and you get the travel. But a 3-1 right there, and again, Cougars are starting to hustle a little bit more on the defensive side, and those plays right there, easy turnovers that turn into easy opportunities for the Panthers if you can eliminate those with hustle on the full court defense.
Terrence heading off to Hastings. Good job by the Cougars of quickly getting in the front court here. Balaban thought about trying to go baseline, nowhere to go. Johnson looking down low. Unable to corral that pass, though, with Strawlin. Picked up by Steffen.
Minute 40 left in the second quarter and part of the first half, so the Cougars really just need to play smart defense here. You don't want any big shots, and especially on these offensive sides, I'd like to see a little bit more offensive running, run a set play, carry that momentum into the half where you can maybe adjust at halftime using the whiteboard and some chalk talk.
Absolutely. Panthers give it away this time and make a few substitutions. No basket for either team in the last few minutes. And we've got whistles, we've got a stoppage. Coach is yelling.
They're just trying to sub in Chloe Shafsma right there. But this is going to be one of her first appearances in the quarter. She's kind of just been sitting on the bench a little bit more in this.
Shafsma not as many minutes in the second frame. We have not seen any of Marie Baumgartner with her 3 fouls, but not surprising that she was going to sit until at least halftime in that situation. Strawlin was looking for a one-handed pass, elected to go short to Hastings, probably the smarter move. Balaban. Space here for Terrence. Johnson wide open underneath the basket off the glass, and good. Well done there by Concordia, passing through the press.
Textbook press break right there by the Cougars, and exactly what you want. You want your center in the paint and an easy entrance pass there from Balaban.
And we've got a travel by the Cougars, by the Panthers. Also got to check the score did not update for that last basket. It's 31-21. At least I have it as 31-21. Hastings. Schaafsma driving the baseline, dribbled it off her own foot. That's another turnover.
Right decision there by Schaafsma going to the baseline. Just unfortunate she dribbled it off her foot. But again, she's aggressive with the ball. That's what you want to see from Coach Martin if you're looking on the offensive side from your Cougars.
Panthers by 10 off the glass and good from Morris, back to a 12-point lead.
And what you don't want to see if you're Coach Martin on the defensive side is that same thing where you're seeing just attacking the paint and not getting on the backside of your defenders.
And that's another travel, and Schaafsma knew it, just had to wait an extra second for the pass to come open, and it wasn't there. So I think I was mistaken. I think the score is correct. 33-19. Greenville leads.
So a chance for Greenville here to wind down the clock, limit the amount of time Cougars have on a possession.
Reineck back for May. May into the lane will try a shot herself. Can't get it to go. Shot clock now off. 22 seconds to go. Hastings, long pass up ahead for Balaban, who's 1 on 3 at the moment. Balaban just throws it over the back of the backboard, and that's a situation where still 16 seconds left on the clock. The Cougars could have been a bit more patient.
Yeah, you can see Julia Jenkins, one of the GAs for the Cougars on the bench, was saying one shot, and just Hastings, aggressive guard, just sent the softball pass over the top. And I would have liked to see them pull out and try to get one more shot, because now you give the Panthers another chance after you're forced to stop.
Rodriguez, 5 to shoot. Reineck off the mark for 3. Morris came down with it. We've got a jump ball called with 1.3 on the clock. It will be Cougars ball. So we'll have to see if they just try to inbound it here and take the timeout, or if they actually try to set something up. Quickly checking in here is Macy Klein. And we're going to see something similar to this same play again, and the Panthers aren't going to be caught off guard this time.
Well, it looks like Cougars are trying to run a football play, and the Panthers are playing a cover 5.
Well, wait a minute. That's not how that's supposed to work. The clock is not supposed to start until an offensive player touches the ball in play, so they're going to put 1.3 back on the clock. But now the element of surprise is totally gone for the Cougars, who will just do something more normal now.
So Coach Martin putting in the three-point shooter, Macy Klein. Maybe they're going to try to do a lob pass up to her.
Still trying to figure out how to get 1.3 back on the clock here.
Well, we've seen Strawlin. She's going to probably get the inbound here. She's got a strong arm. We've seen her huck the ball down the court a couple times.
It's a situation where it also might make sense for her to... She's allowed to run along that baseline. Might want to get out of the way of the backboard here for trying to throw a pass. They'll quickly throw it into Balaban. Balaban, half-court heave, catches the net. Looked good, but comes up just short. And at the end of the first half, Concordia's cut the deficit a bit. Still work to do the rest of this one. At halftime, it's Concordia 19, Greenville 33. We will take a break for halftime, and we'll see you for the second half. 45 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Greenville 53, Concordia 25. Emily Balaban running the point as Tara Hastings remains on the bench. Balaban, long three is good! And finally the freshman able to hit from long range.
And that's got to be feeling good if you're Balaban right there. One has to fall, as they say in the game sometimes. And that was a hard work possession for a three from the Cougars. Good timeout there, as you see it coming out with the chalk talk from Martin.
Abby Reinick. Less than a second difference, shot clock to game clock. Ray turning along the baseline. Oh, man, that's great by Rodriguez to keep that in play. Rodriguez fires the three. No, shot clock is off. Johnson pulled down the rebound. 2-on-1 if they hurry for Concordia. 2 seconds on the clock. Balaban went for the bounce pass. And with half a second remaining, it will still be Concordia ball, but they'll have to be very quick about this, almost like a volleyball set, if they want to get this shot off in time.
Look for maybe something, a quick tip to Johnson in the post.
Quickly, Johnson. Did she get the shot away? It won't matter. It comes up short. And at the end of three, Greenville is in cruise control. The score, Panthers 53, Cougars 28. 10 more minutes to go here in the opener of this 2021 season for Concordia. Into the final frame here, the first game of the season here at Geisman Gymnasium at Concordia University. Alex Campbell and Carter Gledhill with you this afternoon. Thanks for spending a chunk of your Saturday afternoon here with us and with Concordia women's basketball. Not been the easiest going game so far today for the Cougars, Carter. And that quarter, a 20-9 advantage in scoring on the board in the third in favor of the Panthers.
Yeah, Greenville scored 20 points. That's their highest scoring quarter of the game. CUC only 9 points, but I liked how they ended that quarter. They were able to get a nice shot from Balaban from behind the arc.
Klein driving the lane, contact, no foul. Also good to see Tara Hastings back on the floor after taking a couple hard hits in this one. The point guard for Concordia has had a rough game in just terms of the physicality of it. She's been trying to do a lot to try to get her teammates going. More quick passing here from the Panthers. This half-court offense is how they ran most of the third quarter rather than on the break. Steffen, corner, open for three, no good. Anderson the rebound. Anderson off the glass and good. Nice power move to the basket there by Ashley Anderson.
Anderson just been dominating in the post all game, and you can see her grabbing the rebound, slamming the ball, and then nice and easy up on the backboard. It's that post presence that Greenville has right now that Concordia has been missing on the offensive side of the ball that they're trying to find out through this game and also hope maybe they'll find it throughout the rest of the season.
Anderson playing with serious conviction every time she gets the ball in the post. That is knocked away by Amanda Brooks. 5 to shoot, though, still. Balaban spinning to the lane. Balaban on the run, draws the foul, and will shoot two. Nice job to recover and stay composed there by Emily Balaban, despite the clock ticking down, working her way to 2 free throws.
I think the one thing you can see about Balaban is the confidence in her game. It can be really easy to get a little bit discouraged if you're a freshman, if you're not hitting the shots that you want to early on in the game. But now after that three, we've seen her settle in a little bit, and I like that take to the rim to get the foul and opportunity at the free throw line.
Balaban, second free throw is good. 55 to 30. Terrence back into the game for the Cougars, who are setting up in basically a half-court 2-3 here. So trying to bring some pressure to the top and not let the Panthers get so comfortable in their set, but they've left some room here. That's last off of Johnson. 20 seconds on the shot clock for the Panthers.
First time we've seen the Cougars really slide into that 2-3 zone, and on that one, they just getting lucky on that bad pass by the Panthers. That could have been an easy layup.
Quick inbound there to Stefan, who can't get it to go. Balaban really showing up more and more in this game. We talked to Carter in the first half. She was struggling to find her shot, but the freshman looking more comfortable as this goes on. As Katie Johnson and one, she'll go to the line. We've seen plenty of those so far today where they draw the foul. The shots haven't been falling, but this time an opportunity for a three-point play for the Cougars.
And what I liked about that play from Kate Johnson is that she used her body effectively. She kept the defender on her backside, and she also was able to pivot open a little bit more, too. That's going to be the player I'm going to be watching most this season is to develop. It's that 6'1 center from Nebraska. As they really need her to come along this season.
Johnson can't get the free throw. Anderson the rebound. Eagleson running point on this possession. Reineck inside for Stefan. Eagleson handoff kicking. Emily Reineck catch shoot. Three is good. Beautiful offensive possession for the Panthers there. Executed to perfection that time. 58-32 the lead.
That was an easy spot shot there from Reineck. Nobody was open. Klein was a little late on the rotation. Easy shot there for the Panthers.
Hastings trying to respond. Doesn't quite get the roll. Nice rebound though by Johnson. Finding Terrence coming down the lane. No good. Loose ball. Fought for. Down goes Anderson. Emily Reineck now caught. Abby Reineck caught, but able to get out of it and find Eagleson. Here is Emily Reineck. Down low. Stefan off the glass and good. Good effort there by Macy Klein to race back and almost get the block. But quick, effective passing to get Greenville down the floor on that occasion.
Yeah, really easy odd man rush right there on the fast break.
Hastings pulling up and letting it fly from the elbow. That's no good. Eagleson now. Abby Reineck. A 28-point lead now. Another record in this game for the largest it's been. Abby Reineck will pull up for three. Not even close. Macy Klein in position for the rebound. But I suppose when you lead by 28, you can afford those sorts of shots. Excuse me. All the way across. Hastings. Nowhere to go. 2-3 zone here from Greenville, who've switched between that and man-to-man off and on all day today. Terrence looking down low for Johnson. Stefan got a hand on it, but 11 seconds to shoot, and it will still be Concordia ball. Subs coming in. Chloe Schaafsma and Kayla Jackson in for the Cougars. And all of a sudden we've seen Stefan go down here grabbing at her right ankle. I think she just might have landed awkwardly there. Coach is out to take a look. Both teams will go to their benches here as Stefan gets some attention. 6:49 to go here in the fourth quarter. So, Carter, not a lot of bright spots here today in this game, maybe you would say for Concordia, but in this opening home game of the season, what do you think they can take with them from this experience into their next game?
Well, I think one thing you can see, too, is that the 4 shots they've been putting up, obviously they need to find their game a little bit more from the three-point line, but they can't also rely on it too much. You have to work different sides of their offense. You can see when you're not so reliant on the deep ball what you can do with Johnson. You have to have a balanced attack. You might be an undersized team, but you have to find ways to exploit the holes that you might see in your defense, and that starts with moving away from the ball. Flare screens, backdoor cuts, all that stuff can open up your offense when you have the chance if you're not putting up shots on first passes and you have a set offense.
Good to see Stefan is back to her feet, but it doesn't look like she can put much of any weight on that right ankle, so hopefully she's all right, and it's just a twist. Nothing more serious than that. Slowly trying to walk it off, and yeah, again, hopefully she's okay. She's been a force in this game, top scorer in the game. Madeline Stefan. Been really effective both on the low block and behind the arc. Schaafsma looking to go back to Balaban. That's knocked away again. 6 to shoot here for the Cougars. Balaban to inbound. Hastings. 5 on the shot clock. Hastings running out of time. Hastings down the lane. Throws up a shot. No good. Rebound by Eagleson. Reineck down low. This is number 20, Shawnee Warner, in the game for the first time today, and her first shot is no good. Rebound by Shasma.
Good defense there by Shasma. Hands high on the block and not allowing a good shot up there.
And every player then who has been available to play today has now entered the game with Warner's first sub in. Abby Reineck there realized she was almost going to accidentally travel. Good awareness. Eagleson now. Corner. Rodriguez. Catch. Shoot for three. No good. Rebound. Fought for. Jackson comes up with it. Nowhere to go. Heads up play able to find Shasma. Pinned along the sideline there for a second. Jackson. Okay, no travel called. Hastings. Balaban down low. Terrence off the glass all the way around the rim and down. Nice move there by Janie Terrence.
Rimmed on and in like a toilet bowl right there, and good job there by Terrence. And that's the cuts you want to see from a team. You can see what happens when you use your offense, and she's coming along a little bit more in this game. Again, young players getting their feet under themselves in their second game.
Rodriguez. Anderson. Warner. Eagleson. Back for Warner. Working down low against Terrence. Couldn't get the shot to go. Anderson the rebound. Warner will try again. Not this time. Anderson the rebound on the third chance. Ball still loose. And eventually comes down to the hands of Janie Terrence. And we've got a foul that's going to be called against Maria Rodriguez as down went Terrence. Down went Jackson. Couple more subs here for the Panthers. Back into the game come Allie Cantrell and Nayla Ray. Five minutes to go here. 60-34, the Panthers lead. Terrence trying to go down the lane again, and a foul is going to be called on Ray. But like you just mentioned, Carter, we're seeing some more confidence here from Janie Terrence when she gets the ball in the block.
Yeah, I think she's just understanding the scheme a little bit more, too. She's understanding where to move in those situations. She's not much waiting for the ball to come to her. She's looking for the ways to find her down there in the block.
Terrence hits the first. Janie Terrence, freshman from Oak Lawn. Also was a varsity lettered soccer player in high school. And makes them both. Now here comes the full court press from the Cougars. Abby Reineck, though, able to get into the front court, and now they will slow things down, Greenville. Rodriguez. Abby Reineck. Ray. Rodriguez. Warner. 15 to shoot. Cantrell took a step, but to travel.
Cougars still have a lot of energy in this game. Even though they're down by 24, there's still a lot of heart out there on the court, and there's still chance here to grow if you're the Cougars. Run your offense and cut down each possession. You can cut away at that deficit.
And an opportunity to win the quarter, which I think Coach Martin would really like to see. Currently, the Cougars up 2 points in the fourth quarter. Just got to take the small victories where you can get them right now. Shasma all the way around, knocked away, and a foul called on Rodriguez.
And they're being a lot more aggressive right now in the paint in the other three quarters that we've seen them play. They've been attacking the paint, driving, and I think they're just not afraid of the contact. It seemed like maybe that's the reason why they were settling for those three-point shots earlier on in the game.
Referee indicated that Allie Cantrell had the foul called against her, but not sure she was near the play on that occasion. That is the fifth foul against Greenville in this fourth quarter. Still 0 against the Cougars, which means we're into the bonus. So 2 shots for Shafsma. Unable to make the first. Shafsma made 10 appearances off the bench last year. Glass and good on the second free throw. Panthers now by 23. Good aggressive pressing here from the Cougars. Cantrell getting it into the front court. Emily Reineck, bounce pass. Ray open on the glass. No good, but a foul is going to be called on Shafsma. Nayla Ray to the line to shoot 2. Ray's first. Gets to go. Nayla Ray, 6-foot senior out of Greencastle, Indiana. 2 for 2 from the line. Such a key for a team if you're able to have your post players be effective from the free throw line.
Yeah, especially her. I'm also just impressed with Ray's vision, her court vision. She understands where the defense is at all times and where she needs to kick it out.
Macy Klein for three, no good. Big kick on the rebound, collected by Anderson. Cutting up the floor now. Reineck, Cantrell, wide open catch, shoot for three, it's good!
A little bit of miscommunication there for the Cougars. Two people were guarding the one post player and one open Panther from three.
Suddenly the lead is back to 28. Klein, long three, NBA distance, no good. Anderson the rebound again. Cantrell. Abby Reineck, hand off to her sister. Emily to Abby. Reineck spinning, looking for Ray, coming down the lane, dribble, drive, off the glass, and good. Nice finish at the basket to match.
It just seems too easy for Ray right now, coming down the paint. That was wide open, and that's an easy layup, and if you're the Cougars, you can't have that. Where's the help side defense? And might want to work on that next time and looking for the next game that's going to be coming up soon for them.
And it felt for a moment there like there was momentum slightly building Concordia's way. That feels like it's evaporated, though, a bit, as now it's a 30-point lead for Greenville. And another turnover here by the Cougars. .2:43 to go here in the fourth quarter. Eagleson, Reineck, bounce pass down low. Warner, Eagleson, Brooks. Looking down low for Anderson. Knocked away there by Strawlin. Good defense. Panthers will keep the ball. Looking for Anderson. Inadvertently tips it though for Brooks. Klein, head up, looking for Schaafsma down the floor. Schaafsma 1-on-3 there on the block. Back to Klein. Klein fighting through traffic, doesn't get the roll. Johnson the rebound and the putback. Nice work there by number 40 for the Cougars.
She's doing a nice job of crashing the boards. It seems like every time there's a shot going up, her hands are one of the first ones to reach for that basketball.
And the look, if you could have seen it there from Tara Hastings, called for the foul was, oh, you got to be kidding me. We're really going to call that at this point in the game. But she did get in the way there of Eagleson. Maybe just a tiny bit of frustration coming through there for Hastings. Again, a really hard-working game for number 2. Brooks. Back for Eagleson. Through the legs of Rodriguez. That's a turnover to Concordia.
It's important to note, too, the Cougars are out with some notable players from last year. Bailey Steinkamp, Madeline McGrath, Jaylene Wade, all are out right now. So, again, a lot of this pressure falls on Hastings to get that pressure going on the offensive side.
Klein unable to find the range from three-point land. Warner, catch, turn, shoot, no good. Rebound by Brooks off the glass. Good for 2 more. Panthers not letting up here down the stretch. Hastings. Schaafsma thought about a 3 and traveled in the process. And I think what we're seeing now, after we saw that slight push, Carter, early in the fourth quarter from the Cougars, they just look physically and mentally tired now in the last few minutes of this game.
Yeah, we've mentioned earlier in this game how much depth the Panthers have compared to the Cougars, and it's just been one of those games where no matter what, that's one of those factors you have to overcome, and it's really difficult, especially in the time of playing with the COVID-19 restrictions that are in place.
COVID-19 restrictions, a few injuries as well for the Cougars, decimating this roster here in the early stages of this season. Rodriguez down the lane, high off the glass, too strong. Morris had the rebound for a moment, but it's knocked away by Macy Klein with just over a minute to go. That one knocked away by a diving Peyton Morris. Great effort there, even late in the game with a very secure lead. I'm sure that Coach Roy Mulholland will be really encouraged to see his players still giving so much effort at this point.
I've been impressed with Morris, especially in this game, because she's really good at the stealing opportunities, those passes. She's going to be that hovering safety in the press, but on that one too, denying the ball in the cross-court pass.
Strawlin here in the final minute. Balaban back for Strawlin. Strawlin into the lane, clock ticking down on the shot clock. That's through the legs of Johnson, and it will be Panthers ball. 30-point lead, 43.4 to go. Rodriguez. Bounce pass between the defenders. Nicely done to find Warner. Cantrell. Abby Reineck. Rodriguez looking inside, looking for Morris. Knocked away by Mackenzie Strawlin. 16 to shoot for the Panthers. Cantrell to inbound. Right inside, Warner, high off the glass. No, rebound by Johnson. Shot clock is off.
Let's see if the Cougars here could just run a good offensive possession to close out the game.
Balaban was looking for instruction there from Martin, and a foul called on the shot. Balaban will go to the line. Foul is against number 12, Allie Cantrell.
Fouls on number 12, Allie Cantrell, her fourth.
Cantrell's fourth.
At the line for the Cougars will be number 5, Emily Balaban.
Balaban makes the first shot. Makes them both. 16 seconds to go, 69 to 41. That pass intercepted by Schaafsma, able to keep it in play off the glass, and good for 2 more. 4 quick points there for Concordia right at the end. 5 seconds left, and Allie Cantrell will be able to dribble this one out and secure Greenville's first win of this young season. The final score, the Greenville Panthers 69, the Concordia University Chicago Cougars 43. Cougars take a loss here in their first game. Keep an eye, though, on their schedule. Still evolving. 6 more games currently scheduled, but certainly more to come here in 2021 as the basketball season continues with some reschedules, some change in schedule, but plenty of basketball to come for the Cougars still. Thanks so much for spending a couple hours of your Saturday with Concordia basketball. For Carter Gledhill, I'm Alex Campbell, and we will see you next time.